Alright, so you're new to Monster Hunter, much like I am, and this is a beginner guide on how to take on the Mizutsune monster, which is an intermediate monster that you can fight in the Monster Hunter Rise demo. So when you first start, grab the stuff from the chest, go to your tent, and you're going to be grabbing some more things here from your item box, manage items, transfer items, press ZR to toggle the other item box, grab those mega potions, grab a pitfall, grab some antidotes, and some null berries, which are specifically useful for the Mizutsune monster itself. That's pretty much all you need. You can just fill up and stock up on everything else that you want to take with you. And now it's time to do some exploring before we actually take on the monster. If you are an experienced player, you could probably just jump in and go straight to the monster, but I like to fill up all of my stats, my attack, my defense, my stamina, my health by finding these special kind of like endemic life little butterfly things around the world. The green ones will increase your maximum health, the yellow ones will increase your maximum stamina, and the orange ones will increase your maximum defense, or actually just your defense stat, and the red ones will increase your attack stat. So for fighting big monsters like these are incredibly helpful to get an extra edge to just make your fight a little bit easier to deal with. So I highly recommend traveling around the entire map trying to find as many of these as you can before you feel comfortable to actually go up against the boss. Here you can see what the end result is after eating some stamina increasing food. What my health bar and my stamina bar actually look like. Right now I'm actually heading towards the boss to start the fight. Now, as a new player, the Mizutsune will be very intimidating and will attack really quickly. He will be all over the place just all the time, so it's very hard to get towards him. What I do recommend doing is actually, instead of fighting him for the first few times, or actually trying to hit him, just actually follow him around. Just see what he's doing, see what kind of attacks he does so you can get an idea of what this monster does from a range point of view when you're far away from him, and also what he does when you're close to him, and see how he reacts and what kind of moves that you will need to dodge. Now what I'm going to do is show you some background footage of the third time that I killed Mizutsune as a solo player. I've actually only killed him like 3 times before this, so this is my 4th kill that I ever got on him. And I used my Pitfall Trap here roughly right at the beginning, though it does work if you do it when he's tired. I actually haven't really figured out how to tell when they're tired, besides like them walking slow and finding like the right opportunity. So I just played using my best weapon, the Hunting Horn, and I used everything that I knew to try deal as much damage and play as quickly as I can. One of the biggest things that I noticed in playing Monster Hunter Rise is that the quicker you are with your attacks and actually moving around a lot, using rolls in between attacks and like connecting your new attacks as quickly as possible is actually so beneficial, because if you're attacking too fast, the monster actually slows down and doesn't attack. I mean, look at the Mizutsune for now. Like, he's actually been quiet and not doing anything for quite a while, and right now he's jumped back to get away from me, and usually when you get to him, you gotta really be careful because he usually attacks immediately. He's doing the swipe now with his hand. He'll go up there, raise one of his claws and swipe it down right over you, so make sure you're on the opposite side. Here he tried to shoot a big bubble at me, and then he does a bubble slide that if I was in closer range he would have hit me. Here he's doing a small bites attack. That's fine, easy to dodge. The tail swipes are very hard and very quick attacks that are most often the ones I get hit by. Like those damn tail swipes, man. They're actually so quick and they do a lot of damage. I highly advise that you try hit the Mizutsune in the head as many times as possible if you're using a heavy weapon. If you're using something ranged or like aerial, try hit him in the back because that's also one of his weak spots. Here he's about to do a slide there, the bubble slide. I was far away from him, so I'm fine. This is one of his moves where he rushes towards you, kind of like slithering like a snake, and obviously his water cannon here that he shoots in the air sometimes and just shoots in a direct line, and if you do get hit by it, you're affected by water blight, which will drain your stamina and not allow your stamina to regrow. So all you have to do is go to your item list at the bottom right of your screen, change with the L button, press A, go to a nullberry, eat a nullberry to kind of cure the water blight disease. You'll also notice that the Mizutsune can roar and it will stop you in your way, but if you roll at the right time, you're actually able to dodge it. And also your first wire bug attack that actually lets you fly forward as the Hunting Horn is able to avoid it. And if you have earplugs on your armor sets, which is something in the game, you can also avoid it. Here you can see he does a jumping attack there, an immediate spin on the ground. So make sure when you hear that sound, you're not standing where you're standing because he's coming for your exact location. So make sure you just keep moving around. When he does a spin, he does make bubbles. Don't get hit by the bubbles. They're usually bad, so you can hit them. Otherwise, just avoid them. Make sure you're not getting hit by them. That was his tail swipe that you just saw there. Smacked him in the face. Really nice positioning there. And now we're going to go in and do some damage, because when he's lying down, it's a perfect time to use some of your best attacks and just aim for his weak spots like his head. He's also very weak to kind of elements of thunder and dragon, though I'm not entirely sure how elements work just yet. Here I got to mount him, so that was great. So I'm just going to run him into the wall 3 times because I only have 2 wire bugs. If you have 3 3 wire bugs, you're actually able to run him into the wall a 4th time sometimes, I believe. I'm not entirely sure how it works in that case there. Here, we're just going to come down there with the wire bug and smack him. He's on the ground again, which is perfect, which means we can just keep unloading. Just hit him as much as you can. The monster does have a big health pool, so you're going to have to end up dealing a lot of damage to him. And sometimes fights can go on for quite a long time, especially if you're quite new to the game or using a weapon that you're not entirely sure with just yet. I mean, here I am actually still learning how the hunting horn works, in a sense. There's a lot of combos that I miss and that I make mistakes with, but I'm still learning the game, and this is my gameplay. So if I can do this, you should be able to do this too. There he goes with another damn spin. Didn't expect that. I thought he was doing a kind of body slam in front of him. You can see he's kind of like walking really slowly here in a stalking kind of manner. This usually means he's either just like tired and he's like exhausted and his fatigue is leveled up. So you got to be careful at this moment because he will stop if you can get him in a pit trap like right at that time, which is actually kind of hard to do. He usually goes off, and like once he gets out of that tired state, he starts to like get energy back and starts to attack you, and also most likely enters an enraged mode. So you can see the distance he flew there was like very far. That usually happens when he uses his bubble form and jumps away. Right now he's actually just running away from me like a coward, and I'm like gonna have to chase him to the other side of the map. And also, don't forget to sharpen your damn weapon. This is something I'm trying to remember all the time too. Another quick tip about the Mizutsune is to never fight him in enclosed small places, because he's very hard to fight in a closed area because he does so many spins, so many attacks that make it really hard to dodge him. And you can see he's quite angry right now, so he's going to do a lot of bubbles in hopes that you get hit by 2 of them, which will actually make it really hard for you to move around for a while. That is his water beam that he does in a semicircle, so he will go from like one side of a circle to the other side of a circle. And geez, I just missed that swiping attack there. So yeah, that was pretty safe there, and we just gotta play it careful, man. Like there he goes with his bubble form kind of sliding. There he goes with a straight up laser or water beam, and then just directly in front of him again. Looks like he's still for a second. These are the times where you want to attack him right between his attacks, and then sometimes he'll just run away. Like here, you got to be careful. That is a roar. Managed to stop it and hit him mid-roll, which actually knocks him over for some reason. I don't know if that was just a thing or if I was just lucky, but it felt really damn cool. And now he's on the ground again, which means I can do some of my most powerful attacks there and hope for the best here, like boom, like some big damage, dude. Hunting Horn is truly one of my favorite weapons, dude. It's such a beautiful weapon there. Somehow I dodged that tail swipe, dude. I wonder if it's that wire bug attack. There we go. He goes with the spitball. That spitball sometimes looks like he's going to do something else, and I always hardly ever see that attack. I mean, that's the first time we've seen it here. It's the one that actually catches me off guard. It does apply the effect of water blight, which means we have to drink a nullberry, and also does a lot of damage to your health bar, so be careful of that there. Here we go, smacking him in the head with a nice big attack there, knocking him over, which is great. Don't have any wire bugs, so I'm going to have to put my weapon away, which is also a strategy that you need to learn quite a lot, is put your weapon away and use your sprinting action to run towards the boss or run away from the boss when you need to. So just keep that in mind. That is a strategy that is going to help you immensely. Casually miss my ZR moment there to end my thing right as he leaves, which is kind of sad there. I should have done that a bit sooner. Somehow managed to knock him over again. I don't know how that happened. He was just super unlucky. Using my wire bug to try to get closer wasn't enough. He was a bit too far. Still trying to gauge the distance of how that thing works. And yeah, now he's basically getting into a state where he's getting closer and closer to death. So we're basically looking for when he's about to go down and finally die. Right now I'm just taking as many hits as I can, dodging all of his attacks, kind of like kiting around him in a circle, which is really good with the hunting horn, because if you press the ZR alone, you're actually able to just dodge around him. You can see there, the more I walk around him in a circle, the more of his attacks I actually dodge. So it seems like it's just super helpful to just go around in a circle and just kite him. Just kite him in a circle and just keep hitting him. It just like works so well. And just make sure you don't get hit by those slams, dude. Those slams are scary. And just make sure you walk towards the direction of his hand that he raises. There he goes, damn freaking like right in front of me there. I couldn't dodge that. That was just too much there. Oh, he's coming in with the tail swipe. Just made it out of the way, dude. That was also very lucky. So you got to be careful. You got to watch him. When he comes towards you, you got to kind of get an idea of what he's doing. It looks like he's no longer enraged. As you can see, the fins on his back are no longer like that like tinge of red. So it feels like he's a bit slower now because his enraged attacks are over. and he's still kind of like doing these bubble attacks there. I guess he's trying there. The bubbles aren't really working as much. It seems like the bubbles are a lot less than what he usually produces. I don't know if that's a thing. There's an attack that he did there, a spin trying to shoot bubbles at an enemy. That's not there. There he's going to do the shooting bubble attack, but he didn't. At least that was the setup for it. Just for some reason he stopped. I wonder if I hit him and it stopped him. There we go. Oh, he's going to doing the sliding and the laser beams. That's usually against like insect glaives, and then obviously he shoots it in one direction. With that bubbles underneath him, it makes him slide all over the place. Just as usual, hit him in the face when he stops. Make sure you just chase him. That tail swipe caught me off guard. I got greedy. I wanted to hit him more, and there he goes with the slide. He's going to be right behind me there, doing another spin, and let's see what he's going to do. Boom! Honestly, I didn't expect the fight to end there. It felt like we had so much more coming. And yeah, that was pretty much my fight against Mizutsune. The third time that I solo killed him on my own, which was great. This was my fourth kill against him. I probably fought him about 6 times. The first 2 times he kicked my ass and we died and we failed. So this was my fourth attempt. What do you guys think? Do you have any tips for me? I obviously have a lot of progress to make on myself, but I feel like I've come a long way from fighting the damn great Azuchi, and I feel like I'm ready for bigger monsters, and I'm ready for this game, and I hope you guys are too, and I hope this guide was helpful on how to defeat the Mizutsune as a new player. If you understand anything that I said, like, because most of the tips that I can give you are very basic and should give you some guide of how to actually kill this monster for the first time, or one of the first few times that you fight him. I hope you guys enjoyed watching, and thank you for coming. Bye.